Good evening, brothers and sisters. It's Tuesday, February the 4th. It is Thank a Mail Carrier Day. So once again, thank you to all 280,000 members of the NLC for what you have done to serve the people of our country. You continue to do that, what you do for our union and what you do for one another. Today, we continue discussions with the Postal Service on collective bargaining around just being sure both sides had a very clear understanding of the economic proposal that we put on the table yesterday, which is when we reopened negotiations consistent with Article 16 of our Constitution. Those discussions will continue in the days ahead. This period of bargaining will go no later than Tuesday, February the 18th, per the time frame that is specified in Article 16 of the Constitution. We expect that we'll remain continuously engaged with the Postal Service on this economic piece, of course, which is normally the driving factor, as it was, I think, in this round of bargaining, on where we need to go to get to a point of a contract that recognizes our members' value and rewards us for our contributions to the Postal Service and for what we do for our country. So we remain hopeful that they will be willing to come to agreement on a modified or new tentative agreement that the Executive Council of the NLC could discuss following that February 18th end to this bargaining period and make the decision. Do we want to send this agreement out to our members for a second ratification vote as provided in the Constitution, or do we want to proceed to interest arbitration? Our preparation for interest arbitration has been ongoing for a long time now. We continue to fine-tune it and ensure that we've got the strongest case that we can have. We as a union are very good at interest arbitration. We have been for a long time. We're really fortunate here at NLC to have a combination of those with a ton of experience and also, I think, some fresh sort of new ideas that we can take forward just based on lessons we've learned in previous rounds of interest arbitration. I am often asked about work rules. The proposal we put on the table yesterday was solely about economics, money, how much we get paid, the structure of our workforce, all that type stuff. But then there's a whole bunch of the collective bargaining process that revolves around what we call work rules, a variety of different contractual provisions and modifications and additional language. In the tentative agreement, there were a number of proposed work rule changes. In the notification I sent the Postal Service on Friday, we informed them we do not have a tentative agreement anymore. So there's no obligation for us or them to take forward those work rule provisions that we agreed on. That said, what we will do is review them, and there may be some things we can agree to take forward. There may be some things we agree to modify. There may be some things that we cannot reach agreement to take forward. So it's all on the table, and that'll be part of what we do here over the next couple of weeks. In the statement on Friday, the 31st, that I put out along with the news of the official certification and ratification vote, I talked about how our union was prepared to fight like hell in interest arbitration if that's where we end up. And we are prepared to do that. Our union has a long history of fighting like hell for everything that we want to achieve and fighting like hell against those that try to attack us. I think this mantra comes from one of the great labor leaders in history in the early 1900s, from the mine workers, Mother Jones, who said, "Pray for the dead, fight like hell for the living." That's exactly what we intend to do in collective bargaining, as well as with some of our other priorities, such as keeping carriers safe through legislation that would help us there, the Federal Retirement Fairness Act, which will be reintroduced here soon, that would give our former non-career employees, whether they were TEs or casuals or CCAs, the opportunity to have their non-career time credited for retirement purposes, or fighting those that seek to attack us by trying to raise how much we pay for benefits through Congress or trying to reduce our retirement benefits. In any case, we are going to continue to do what we've always done, and that is to fight like hell. So stay tuned. We've got some exciting news coming up here over the next couple of days about how we can all together get on board and fight for what we deserve and fight back against those that try to attack us.